He makes a really good point. It was a good show. All right, President Trump facing an uphill battle, but vowing to keep up the fight. The president's attorneys moving forward with legal challenges to the 2020 presidential election. President promising big cases showing unconstitutionality. Joining us now is Jordan Sekulow, the executive director of the American Center for Law and Justice, also a member of the president's legal team. Perfect person to talk to. Jordan, thanks for coming on. Where does it all stand this morning?
So this is a big week. We've got already a stay at the U.S. Supreme Court in Pennsylvania on all the ballots that came in late, that were postmarked after Election Day. They got there late. So we've got to stay out of the Supreme Court on that. That has been referred to the full court. And I think what the Supreme Court's looking at is whether or not there will be enough cases put together that could make their way to the Supreme Court where it would be outcome determinative. That's the key this week, is getting in enough cases at the federal and state level, which ultimately would be outcome determinative. What does that mean? Enough votes would change, illegal votes would be thrown out, that the president would win. Just filed again over last night was in Pennsylvania, an amended complaint by the Trump campaign, and this calls on the Secretary of State to halt any certification. But it also goes to the heart of an equal protection constitutional claim, which is that in some counties, you were actually called if you submitted a ballot and did something wrong, and you were allowed to correct the ballot. And that happened in Democrat counties. And in Republican counties, they followed the normal procedure, which is they don't call people back to correct a bad ballot. They just toss that ballot out. So there's equal protection claims there. Also one arising in Georgia relating to the signature verification difference between mail-in ballots and in-person voting.
Yeah, I mean, it's tight in some of these states. You know, Georgia's really close. I think 14,000. Arizona's like 10,000. But when you look at states like Pennsylvania that you're going to need, do you see enough? Because I think a lot of people are saying there's not going to be enough to flip Pennsylvania back to Trump, because it's like 60,000 votes.
Well, if you look at it this way, so we've already had a Secretary of State there that was told you did the wrong thing. With this 2-day change to voting to allow the correction. So we've got that. We've got the stay at the Supreme Court on the ballots that came in. So I think you start combining that together, and you look at also the entirety of the process, as we have argued, was failed. And I will tell you that you could start thinking about what that term may mean when we talk about failed elections inside states. The Constitution and federal law has a procedure to fix failed elections.
Yeah. And real quick, finally, we talked last week that a member of the campaign was on, I think it was Jenna Ellis. She said that they really need an audit of this system, this Dominion voting system. Is there any update on that?
Well, Sidney Powell is a great attorney. You know, she's done excellent work for Mike Flynn when she came on the case, and she's well known in the conservative world. And now she's on the team as well. That is really going to be one of her focuses. We've heard so much about it. Now is the week to put up or shut up for us on getting the information about Dominion, voting systems, which is in 37 states, including all the states that are outcome determinative. I'll use that again in this election.
37 states. Okay, so you say this is a week when we can expect to get some information on Dominion.
You've got to get the cases filed this week if you're going to get them to the Supreme Court in time. In time.
Okay. Jordan Sekulow, great to talk with you, member of the president's legal team. Thank you. All right, we're going to bring in political analyst Mark Halperin now to weigh in on all of this. Mark, good to see you. What do you make of what Jordan just had to say?
Well, he's right. This has got to be the week. You see a lot of impatience, not just on the part of the media and Democrats, but even some Republicans, allies of the president, Scott Walker, who was on Newsmax this weekend, saying now is the time to present evidence if there's going to be a back time to possibility to stop the certifications.